Hi everybody! So we are back looking at animal journeys, and this one is called A Mother's Journey. It's by Sandra Markle, illustrated by Alan Marks. So, do you see the emperor penguin on the cover of this book? The female is going to walk 50 miles across the ice to the sea, and all the time, for 2 months, her mate takes care of their egg. When we read the Peregrine's Journey, we learned about the migration of the peregrine falcon. This book is about a different kind of journey. It's not a migration, but the journey is part of the animal's life cycle. There's our title page. In the rosy glow of the setting sun in mid-May, when Antarctica's winter has just begun, a young female emperor penguin pushes out her egg. It is the very first egg she has ever laid. Cream white and cone-shaped, it is softball sized and steaming from her body's heat. Her mate waddles past to pick it up, but bending forward, she scoops the egg onto her feet. Then she covers it with her belly flap and holds it snug in her warm brood pouch. So the brood pouch is a warm layer of skin designed to cover the egg. The male sings his song and nudges her neck until at last she lets the egg roll out. This time the male scoops it up and pushes it into his own brood pouch. His winter job has now begun. During the next 2 months, a tiny chick will grow inside the egg, and all the while the male will keep it warm and safe from the fierce winter storms that blow across the Antarctic ice. The partners sing a last duet. Then the young female joins a line of female emperors marching away from the colony. She too has a job to do. So the mother emperor penguin sets out on her journey. She needs to feed herself and build up strength to be a mother. Then shortly after the chick hatches, she will come back with food for her hungry baby. But the closest food is in the open sea, more than 50 miles away. Flopping on her belly, the young female scoots along, following the others over the ice-crusted snow. And the tracks they leave trail after them. This is a note here, 50 miles is 80 kilometers. I noticed too that the print is kind of laid out like poetry, and that the author uses many descriptive words when she's writing. But the ice they are crossing is just an ice sheet floating on the sea, so here and there the females pop in to swim across the cracks. When they come to an iceberg gleaming and pointy, the young female and the others stand up and waddle through the maze of scattered ice boulders. On the second day, a fiery green aurora lights up the winter sky. Then the plodding line of emperors seems to dance, with round black shadow partners mimicking their steps. That would be a sight to see. On and on the young females travel until on the third day the roaring wind blows too hard to push through and swirls diamond dust snow into a stinging cloud. Then she joins the group, standing close together. With feathered backs out and heads pulled in, they huddle to wait out the storm. day after day, 5 days in all. The young female and the other emperors plod and scoot across the ice. They finally reach the ice pack. They finally reach the pack ice. A patchwork quilt of milk-white chunks stitched together by seams of blue-black water. It does look like a patchwork quilt. It has been more than a month since her last meal, but the young female doesn't rush to jump in. There could be leopard seals lurking in the dark sea. The female emperors crowd together at the very edge of the water. Finally, those at the front dive in. The others rush in after them. Flapping her flippers, the young female flies through the water, zipping this way and that, until, with swift and graceful twists, she swims into a school of shimmering silver fish and easily swallows her fill. Isn't that great? Those words she used, flapping her flippers and shimmering silver. Every day the young female searches for food, sometimes alone and sometimes with others. She always goes hunting when the sky is brightest, even when that means hunting by moonlight. She needs to see cracks in the ice cover where she can poke her head out and take a breath before diving again. Some days the young female dines on pink krill, plucked from clusters as thick as clouds. Other days she chases fish and little squid, and darting after them she gulps down all she can catch. When she has no luck near the surface, the young female dives deep down through the dark, ice-cold water to the bottom of the sea. There she nearly always catches a scaly Antarctic Jonas fish, sometimes 2 or 3. One day, a big leopard seal surprises her, swimming up fast from the dark depths with its jaws open wide. The young female pumps her flippers hard and, leaping in and out of the waves, swims fast and escapes. Day after day, the young female hunts and watches out for hunters, and all she travels more than 930 miles, but it's a zigzag course that never takes her too far from the ice edge. Then one day at the beginning of August, as the ruby-red sun peaks above the horizon, the young female leaves the sea. A feeling deep inside tells her it's time to go. If all is well by now, her egg has hatched. Isn't that amazing, that instinct? The young female joins the other female emperors, heading back to the colony. This time, they have even further to go. The area of ice they must cross has grown bigger during the cold, dark winter months. So scooting and walking, the little group hurries. They have a long way to travel, and the clock is ticking. What's that clock ticking about? Do you remember? The newly hatched chicks need the food the females are bringing stored in their bellies, and their mates cannot wait much longer to leave for the sea to feed themselves. For 7 days, the female emperors march through long, dark nights and short, pale days, through gusty winds and blowing snow. At last, ahead, they see the huddled mass of waiting males. Waddling into the group, the young females sing and listen hard for just one singer among all the others. Finally, she finds her mate. Standing close, the pair bow their heads and sing together. Then the male rolls back his belly flap and shows the young female her very first chick. At the sight of its mother, the chick peeps to be fed, and when the chick is settled on her feet, she brings food up and lets it eat. With one last song, her mate heads off to sea. It is the young female's turn to care for the little emperor. But then, that is exactly the reason the new mother has made her long journey. So here's some really good information if you're interested. You can pause it and look at this. I'm going to read this part. Emperors are amazing. Emperor penguins are the largest and heaviest kind of penguin, standing up to 44 inches tall and weighing as much as 90 pounds. At sea, emperor penguins can dive deeper than any other bird by attaching special depth recorders. Scientists discovered emperors could dive down more than 1,600 feet. Emperor penguins are the only animals that breed during the Antarctic winter. It only takes about 150 days from hatching for emperor chicks to reach maturity when they're heading to be on their own. Like all penguins and emperor penguins' bones are heavier than those of a flying bird. This helps them dive easily when they search for food. All right, I can't wait to hear what you thought about this book, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.